brings fun and creativity as well. So with that, how are we feeling, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, I like this side. I really do like this side, but this side is a little sleepy. Okay, once again, how are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? All right. I think we can do a little bit better. Okay, let's synchronize it. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? All right, fantastic. Once again, we are actually quite honored to have you all on board today because we are celebrating something very, very important, and this is art, culture of Sri Lanka. That is what we're doing today. So with that, our first conversation, because that is what we're looking forward to. Are we ready to immerse ourselves in the discussions? I think we can still do better, okay? In 3, 2, 1, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? All right, thank you very much. And with that, of course, let's kick things off with our first discussion with Ameena Hussain, who's won numerous awards internationally as an author and as a publisher, whilst obtaining the honor for the Asian Literary Awards. We are so honored to have her on board today to actually have a discussion as well. Now, this session will be moderated by Savithri Rodrigo, who is an award-winning journalist with over 37 years of media experience. She is the host of the digital program Kaleidoscope and a leader in PR, event management as well. Well, today, the discussion for this session will be primarily on exploring Ameena Hussain's literary works in Sri Lanka, life through the lenses of culture, identity, gender, and religion. Quite as we know, Sri Lanka is very rich with. She's blending personal narratives in fiction and the societal insights in non-fiction. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause as we now invite Ameena Hussain and Savithri Rodrigo.
No pressure, Ameena. Welcome. You're showing the power dynamo that we have here today to start off the festival. Okay, so the theme is stories we live. When is it ever possible for you to write stories where there's fiction and there's reality put together? Does it ever blur in at any point? And how do you keep it separate and leave weave imagination into it, and also bring in your real issues that you're so passionate about?
Thank you, Savithri, and good morning, everyone. And I really didn't expect to see a full hall. I thought being the first, I had time to talk to only 15 people, so I'm really nervous. And but I'm very happy to be here. Thank you to the Ceylon Festival, to HSBC for hosting this. And thank you. And a big difference from last year is the AC. I think many of us walked in and said, "Oh, AC!" And so thank you for that. Savithri, that's a good question. And I think, I'll speak for myself as a writer, but I think it does apply to a lot of other writers as well, is that we feed off what goes around us. And the world is our motive and our creative spark to write about certain things. So what I do is, I walk about, listen and look at people. Now don't get frightened when you're around me. And it sometimes takes a long time for the spark to actually fire up. But these are things that just sit in my mind for a long time. And then I'm able to bring in different encounters that I've had, different experiences I've seen, different news items or issues that I've read about. and I try to bring them into whatever I'm writing.
Your early works, both were short stories, but there's a marked difference in the time where you put in, or you published 15 when you were 26, and now, obviously it's a maturity process. However, you've now branched off, or should I say, now you write non-fiction as well, with even Batuta. You also edit, and you've edited Somewhere There's Blood.
Yes, that's my very first one.
Yes. So and you are a publisher. How do you wear all those multiple hats? How do you keep it separate, or do you?
I don't keep it separate. It's very tiring, I must say, but it's also very exhilarating. So if I go back to when I first started writing, I wrote 15, and today when I go back and I read my short stories, I'm like, oh my God, that's a little bit in your face, a little bit unpolished, a little bit raw. But I've also had many people come and tell me, which is very disheartening for a writer, that was your best work. But I think it's also because I was completely honest and unfiltered with 15. I was still a student, I was a PhD student, and I was living in America, and all those issues, I was going back and forth between Sri Lanka and America. So it was I was straddling two completely separate worlds, Western and Eastern. And then I went on to the other collection of short stories. So I think